Now, in this shocking incident, the one that we were just talking about, a man opened fire during anti-CAA march near Jamia Millia Islamia University in Delhi. The man who was then, in fact, identified as a minor, he opened fire at the protesters and was seen brandishing a gun threatening the protesters. According to the police, he is resident of Greater Noida and is not a student of Jamia. One protesting student was hit in his left hand and has been taken to AIIMS Trauma Center where his condition is stable. The gunman was immediately taken into custody. The incident took place when the protesters, including Jamia students, were marching towards Rajghat to protest against the new law. He was also heard making some provocative statements. Let me go across to Rajdeep Sardesai, consulting editor, India Today, who is joining us from Jamia Millia Islamia at this moment. Rajdeep, you know, a lot of people are saying that you can't disconnect the political discourse which we have seen in the last 1 week to what has happened today in Jamia. Just bring our viewers a sense of how the protesters, the people in Jamia, are in fact coping up with what they saw just a few hours back.
You know, Ankit, the people here in Jamia are precisely echoing what you just now said in the studio. Their sense is that the kind of speeches that have been made in the last week, particularly that speech of Anurag Thakur, where he said Desh ke gaddaro ko, and the audience started chanting Goli maro salo ko. I think they have felt that that speech was the ultimate provocation. They are certainly linking the nature of that incendiary, rabble-rousing speech to what happened today. And their suspicions, in a sense, are widening because of the hostility they have to the police, who they feel could have done much more. Now, that's the sense one gets, a sense of deepening insecurity and anger. So it's fear, insecurity and anger that's come together. Anger particularly against the politicians whom they see are engaging in rabble-rousing ahead of the Delhi election. So clearly they are building that link here between what happened in Jamia today and the kind of speeches that have been made on the campaign trail.
Rajdeep, you know, also, is it time for the Bharatiya Janata Party, Amit Shah, the President JP Nadda, to now just take a step back? Because we have been seeing that it was almost like a boiling pot which was just simmering and it possibly resulted today, because just a couple of days back in Shaheen Bagh also there was a man who brandished a gun. The vilification campaign which is going on, is it time for the political parties to step back a little bit?
You know, Ankit, you know now how politicians are. They are here to win this election. And there was a sense, particularly in the last few days, that the BJP believed that they now had a chance in Delhi if the voter could be polarized. But you are right. I think today's event showed the dangers of the politics of polarization being carried to an extent where such incendiary language is being used. The identity of the gunman, as it slowly is revealed, is extremely troubling. And I think there is a sense that this could well backfire, because when there is violence, when there is a disturbance in law and order, far from polarization, what it results is anger among the average Aam Aadmi who says enough is enough. So I think today, at least, in the light of what has happened, one can only hope that the politicians take a step back. But there is still a week to go of campaigning, exactly a week to go. And Ankit, I will be very surprised if we don't have more of these rabble-rousing speeches of the kind that we've already witnessed in the last few days.
And let's not forget, Rajdeep, Yogi Adityanath has also been pressed into service by the Bharatiya Janata Party, a man who is always seen as a very divisive figure. So he will be campaigning in the national capital. Rajdeep, just in the end, before I let you go, this sense of insecurity which is creeping in, electorally speaking, is it only in a particular community, or do you feel that it will have far-reaching impact as far as the election goes among other people as well? Because this election in Delhi was usually being seen as an election on the work done rather than election on polarizing politics.
You know, Ankit, I've said this to you before. I believe that the Delhi voter is transactional. There has been no evidence, barring that 1984 election where the Lok Sabha election was really decided on the back of the horrific riots, anti-Sikh riots that took place. By and large, Delhi has not voted on communal lines, and there is no reason to believe that this time will be any different. I think today's incident only angers the Indian middle class, which doesn't want to see innocent protesters being fired upon. And I think that, in a sense, will hopefully convince even those who believe that polarization gets you political benefit to take that step back. No one wants to see a gunman entering a colony like this. Then whether it's a Hindu or a Muslim, I think those divides get blurred. Obviously, the anger in Jamia is primarily among the minority community. But I think there's a sense one gets that no one really wants a riot or of violence ahead of an election campaign. That is subject, in my view, to the law of diminishing returns.
Rajdeep Sardesai reporting there from Jamia Millia Islamia. Rajdeep.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.